I am here to show you a few life hacks and some brow tips. So one of the newest life hack that I recently learned about is in the lip glosses and in your perfecting concealer or under eye corrector. You can see I always hold it upside down so the product accumulates down, because I always like to try to get as much of the product out of the packaging as I possibly can. So one of the life hacks that I just recently learned about is the little plastic filter or tub or whatever they want to call that in there, that comes out. So it's in there because when you put your doe foot applicator in and pull it out, it gives you the correct amount that you need, and you can always scrape off any excess if you need to. But when you're getting down to the bottom of the container that you have, you can use a tweezer. And it took me a little bit to kind of figure out how this works, because they are in there quite tight. But if you just get a hold of the edge and twist and work its way out, coming, this little piece right there. So then you can go on in further and dig out that product and use up what's in there, and nothing goes to waste. So that works for the concealers, the under eye corrector, and for the lip glosses. Very cool, because I always like to try to get as much as I can possible with products like my moisturizer. You know how sometimes there's still little things in there. I cut it and I clean out all of it in and trim it down, and then to keep it fresh and moist, I just cover that up there so I can use all the product that's in there just to make it last, right? We're all money conscious, and you know, they're fabulous products. They are simply the best, and I want to get my money's worth out of that. The other hacks that I have learned is, because in quarantine, some people like me, my gray hairs are starting to come through. So to cover that up, the brow tint, the volumizing brow tint, comes in different shades: blonde, dark blonde, brunette, dark brunette, four colors. So you can find the one that fits your hair color. And you've got the little wand. So this is my personal one here that I do use for my brows. But you can actually go in there and cover up some of your gray hairs if you're conscious about that. If you don't care, don't do it. It don't matter. So, but this does have a little gel, so it helps maintain that as well. So that is one thing extra you can do with your product. Another thing as a life hack that I've learned is the lash primer. Okay, so lash primer you put on your lashes before your mascara. It'll helps to separate, open, and keep them apart, make them look a lot more fuller and healthier as well. But because of the glycerin and everything, one thing that it does help is flyaways in your hair. So when you've got you know, these little flyaways, you can take that wand just to kind of help cover it down, and you are covered. So, or if you've got like little itty bitty flyaways there. So very cool. I love that. There's numerous hacks that I have been researching and learning about with the oil-free eye makeup remover. So it's silicone based. And when you mix it up, how fabulous it works to get rid of your mascara, eyeliner. It works great for getting carpets cleaned, actually. So if you have a stain on your carpet, you can actually use this to help get that stain out. So fabulous products. It's a great company, gotta love it. So the other thing that I wanted to show was on brows. With brows, you've got the brow tint that I was showing you as an option. There's the Precision Brow Liner, which has pencil thin. Okay, very tiny here. You can see that, to make hair-like strokes. Some people use eye shadows as a powder for their eyelash or eyebrows, and they use the Tule here that we've got, one of the Tule on the end, and it's got an eyebrow or eyeliner small little angled brush. So they will dip it into the powder and they will put it on for their placement where they want it. So the other thing, when you are thinking about brows, don't over tweeze. You know, back in the 80s, 90s, people were way over tweezing. And if you can't get in quite yet to get your eyebrows waxed or cleaned up, but you've got some things to clean up, a nice little tip to do is line up a pencil or a coffee stir where the inner corner of your eye, that's where your eyebrow needs to start, okay? You line it up with your nose in the inner corner, and that's where you find out where the start of your eyebrow should be. Then you turn it over to above the iris, from the corner of your nose to the iris, and that's about where your arch, your natural arch, should be. The tail end of your eyebrow, line it up again, line up with the outer corner of your eye, and that is where your eyebrow should end. We don't want big chicken wing or these big painted on eyebrows. Natural is best. And really that's what the going trend is lately, is the natural looking eyebrows. And eyebrows are important because they do help frame your face. Okay, so you've got, you can see mine are lighter. So when you are doing that, you can clean them up with your Tule, get them in the direction where you need them. Take this, and if you're trying to figure out in the beginning, just make a dot or a mark where it should be. Okay, right there. Okay, and it's just kind of connecting the dots till you get more familiar with your eyebrow. So I usually like to start on the outer part. I don't like to start on the inner part where it gets too dark right away, but start on the arch and just feather-like, hair-like strokes, okay? Just to help frame. See, just that little bit. It frames your face. You don't have to go wild with it, but just make it so it fills in where you need to. There, okay? And then when you get to the top part, just whatever your hair is naturally going to, go that direction. So if it goes up, just make short strokes going up, okay? All right, you make a mistake, it's fixable. You can easily take it out, take your Tule, soften it up, blend it out, okay? You can use concealer to help blend it if you need to with your brush or your sponge as well. So that here is just the Precision Brow Liner, okay? And this I'm using as a dark blonde, okay? I maybe could pull off a brunette, but I have dark blonde today. The Precision Brow Tint is just that. It's gonna help control. So some people get really wild eyebrows, and this will help maintain and control them. So you take that, if you have excess on the brush, just kind of brush that off on the edges, okay? And then I'm gonna go over the liner that I did, okay? So that you guys can see the difference, okay? You just fill it in. And same thing with the liner, is if you go hog wild or you make a mistake, brush it off, okay? So that's one eye here. Some people always think, oh, I gotta make them both equal. Don't worry about it. If this one looks a little wonky, you know, everybody's got one brow that doesn't behave like the other, and that's fine. Brows are sisters, they're not twins, okay? So this is with the liner and the brow tint. This one will be just the brow tint, so you can see the difference. And really it's just whatever look you prefer, okay? And it's just filling it in. And everything is 100% guarantee. So let's say you're like, I want to try the brunette, and brunette seems too dark or just not the right shade. Well, then you can send it back to me and we will get you the correct one, no questions asked, okay? So that's just the tint. You see the difference on how they are? Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Part 2 of brow tips. I was mentioning earlier about people that over tweeze. So the one thing that once you have your brows done, ready to go, you've got your tweezer at home here, and you can get all those extra stray hairs, the little ones that you want to clean up on your brows. You already have the natural shape designed on where you want that, and it's just one way to just go in and clean up without over tweezing. So